Well, everyone, if you wonder where I've been, I'm still alive. I'm still here. It's been a few months, I know, since got anything. In early April, I had an accident in the canoe, flipped over the canoe with my brother in Maine, and I lost my Z6 III. Uh, so I've been out doing stuff. Jody's been out doing some stuff, but I've been going back in time with, believe it or not, a Nikon D7100, and it is not the easiest thing to go back in time. I gotta say, a lot of things I would like to go back in time. Physically, certainly, I would like to go back in time, and then if I could retain all the knowledge in which I have now that I gathered at this ripe old age of 61 years old. God, if I could go back in time and do it all over again, more things like that straight bass would certainly come true for me, I believe. But I've learned a lot, and then going back into the with an older camera, and I mean now with high detection and stuff like that, when you're following, it's so easy to lock on and have things in focus, and instead of having one out of a series of 6 or 7 photos in focus, you got 20 frames per second or 30 frames per second on some of these cameras, and you got, if you're a good tracker with them, you got quite a few, like a real lot, if your panning's good and your speed's good and everything, it's almost everyone's good. I'll be honest with you. I mean, sometimes you lose stuff in the background and stuff like that, but certainly the challenge is no longer there for me now that I'm going back to the old one. It's like, whoa, it's scary challenging. I mean, it's like I look how much technology has helped my photos, certainly. And of course, Nikon D7100, I think it's 14 megapixels. I don't even know. I think I should look that up. But it's a very light so any cropping that you do, when you should do a lot in wildlife, it's not a full frame sensor too, it's a crop sensor camera. You just don't get the details and stuff out of the images. But I am going to share you some of the stuff I've been doing. And wow, if I could have captured this with the 7100 years ago, but I was not advanced in my photography and understanding what I wanted to do, then it wouldn't have happened. I mean, I mean, I've come a long way, and it's a good way to go back to an old camera and say, "Wow, look what I can do with it now compared to what I could do with it then." It's about knowing your stuff, learning your stuff, and spending time and stuff. As far as the natural part of me, I mean, I continue to learn in that, and but I mean, I'm very solid now. When I go out into the world, I pretty much know what I'm going to see. I mean, nature, it always has its surprises and stuff, but certainly there's the knowledge that I've contained year after year. The windows, the small windows for the wobbles, everything has a small window. And I'm going to share some of the photos that I've taken over a few days. I'm sorry the video is not going to come on because I just, be honest with you, I just can't go back into looking at the back of an LD in live view and trying to do it. I need to do it like I was doing my Z6 III, which hopefully we'll be back on track with that in the next couple of weeks. Okay, getting back into the advanced system so I can shoot some video. But I appreciate you guys from tuning in and seeing what I learned, and maybe I'll explain a little bit more. And of course, we got Jody out there. Jody's shooting with 780. Great camera, full frame camera, beautiful. I mean, the colors, I mean, it's just one step below the old 850. So I mean, it really is a phenomenal camera by Nikon, for sure. As far as DSLR, I know we're going into this age of mirrorless, and it's getting insane. The intelligence of these cameras and stuff like that. But for new artists out there that they'll create something, and they also are giving us that chance to capture something that you just can't capture with an older camera because of the frames per second. It's just, you get some stunning images of birds taking off or coming. You just get more, and it's the subtleties, and some of the advancement is great. Some of the advancement is, I think, takes the skill away. I think it takes it may decrease learning your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess it should be a shorter learning curve with this. That's what I'm gonna say. But you can leave your thoughts in the comments. But hey, this episode is just going back in time. Thank you. So we started off with some chipmunk sparrows. It's just moving a little bit, so the background wasn't so busy. You get the bird, but not such a busy background. That pops it there. Certainly Kildare Plover, I was able to get low eye level with that. Had the little bird also with the little bit low as I could get because the grass was a little bit taller with the Bob White quail. Seeing the woodcock across the street, that's just a, that's enough. I have flushed more woodcocks than any human being around. Not really. I'm sure everybody has flushed a woodcock here or there. But me and Jody were in Bolton, Mass. And just crossed the street and it was like, okay, I gotta share that. The swan, that's one thing. I mean, I got some great photos there, but gosh, if more in a series and more. I don't know how. I don't know the eye detection how much it would have been picking up on the different ones, but seeing the baby signets, and that's the windows of life that you have to understand when you become a nature photographer. You get out in nature, notice the time of year when things happen. Notice those, and be prepared. Be prepared to get out there because the warblers, the oriole up in the tree. You only got so little opportunities to capture that stuff. It's like within weeks, and then if you're a weekend warrior like I am, you only got maybe 2 to 3, 4 days sometimes to capture something. You got to be very, very lucky, and certainly that's one of the things that you also learn is understanding nature more and more, and especially we're going to be coming up with insects and butterflies and all types of great stuff. So just hang in there. I'm going to end this though with my two favorite photos from with me and Jody, where of course she had the D780 100. And it was two pictures taken by her by the deer. She doesn't know I threw this in, so it's a little bit of just a little tip my hat off to my wife, who's really, really picking up the camera now and seeing things through her eyes. I know she gets a little busy, and it's not so easy for her to edit all her photos. Like anybody that gets into photography, it's very tough at first. You take a lot of photos and the editing part comes. I mean, right now we're using Nikon DX Studio. That's what me and Jody pretty much use. The free editing software from Nikon, which I don't get too elaborate in some of the noise. I will say that, especially in the with the all of images that you saw here with the 7100. I did have to run a few of them through the denoise. I will not say that because when you crop, you're going to get noise, and certainly that's something. But if the more I learned, I mean, I couldn't take pictures at this crisp right off the camera, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. All right, so thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, and just end this with a couple of photos from Jody.